Question number 41 says, a particle is moving with constant speed on a circular path centered at origin. At one point, x is equal to 2 meter, y is equal to 0. The particle has velocity minus 4 j cap. So it is in this direction, minus 4 j cap. The acceleration of the particle at this point is, so we need to calculate the acceleration of the particle at point P. We know centripetal acceleration is given by v square by r. Okay, now here r is equal to 2 and v is equal to 4. So v is 4 square over 2. So this will be 8 meter per second square. And the direction of centripetal force is towards the center of the circle, that is towards O. So AC will be equal to minus 8 I cap meter per second square. So the correct answer should be option number 1. Verifying this from the answer slide as well. So option number 1 is the correct answer. Moving on to question number 42, which says, a particle is projected with velocity u at an angle 53 degree from horizontal. So there is a particle that is projected with initial velocity u making an angle 53 degree with the horizontal. If time taken by the velocity of particle to make an angle 37 degree from the horizontal is 1 second, then u is nearest to. So here u cos 53 degree will be equal to v cos 37 degree, because in horizontal direction velocity remains constant. So from here v will be equal to 3 by 4 u. Okay, now let's suppose that the point at which the particle makes 37 degree with the horizontal has horizontal velocity 3 by 4 u, but its vertical velocity will be changing because of acceleration due to gravity. So its velocity in vertical direction is equal to v sine 37 degree, which will be equal to u sine 53 degree minus g into t, which according to the question is 1. So v sine 37 is what? V we can write as 3 by 4 u and sine 37 is 3 by 5. Sine 53 is 4 by 5 minus g, correct? So if we solve this, we'll be getting the value of u to be equal to 200 by 7 meter per second. So this will be 28 point something, which will be nearly equal to 30 meter per second. Okay, so our correct answer is option number 2, verifying this from the answer slide. So option number 2 is the correct answer. Moving on to question number 43, which says, a class 11 student measured the length of a rod and wrote it as 7.50 centimeter. Which instrument did he use to measure it? So we need to calculate the instrument that he used to measure the value. Option number 1 is meter scale. We know that the least count of meter scale is 1 mm. Okay. Now if we talk about option number 2, which says a vernier caliper where 10 divisions on vernier scale is equal to 9 divisions on main scale with 1 MSD is equal to 1 mm. So if the student had measured the length of the rod using vernier caliper, least count of vernier scale, it would come out to be 1 MSD minus 1 VSD. So here least count would be 1 MSD minus. Now question says 10 divisions of vernier scale coincides with 9 division of main scale. So therefore VSD will be 9 by 10 of MSD. So least count will be 0.1 mm, which will be equal to 0.01 centimeter. Clear? Now, if we move on to option number 3, which says the student used a screw gauge having 50 divisions on the circular scale and pitch as 1 mm. So, least count of screw gauge according to option 3 can be calculated by 1 over 50 mm because it has 50 divisions in the circular scale. So, least count would be 0.002 centimeter here. Now, option number 4 says a screw gauge having 100 divisions on the circular scale and each as 1 mm. So, for this particular screw gauge, least count would be 1 over 100 mm, which is equal to 0.001 centimeter. Okay. Now, students, we have the least counts of all the scales in centimeter. Least count of meter scale is 1 mm, which is equal to 0.1 centimeter. Least count of vernier scale is 0.01 centimeter. Least count of screw gauge with 50 circular scale division is 0.002 centimeter. And for last one with 100 divisions is 0.001 centimeter. In the question, it is stating that the student measured length of rod as 7.50 centimeter. And here with this particular value, we can easily say that least count here is 0.01 centimeter, which can only be measured with the help of vernier scale based on the data that are given in option. Correct? So, our correct instrument that the student used to measure the length of rod is vernier scale. So, option number 2 is the correct answer. Let's verify this with the answer slide. So, option number 2 is the correct answer. Let's see what question number 44 says. It says the equation of state of a gas is given by P plus A over V into V minus under root B is equal to Ct, where P, V and T are pressure, volume and temperature respectively, and A, B and C are dimensional constants. The dimension of AB is, so we need to calculate the dimension of AB. We can calculate it using the principle of homogeneity easily. Dimension of V here should be equal to dimension of B to the power 1 by 2 according to principle of homogeneity. So, V is volume, its dimension is L cube. So, dimension of B would come out to be L to the power 6. This is equation number 1. Now, in the same way, from this particular term, dimension of pressure should be equal to dimension of A over V. That is, dimension of A should be equal to dimension of PV, which is equal to ML2 T minus 2. Now, if we want to calculate the dimension of AB, it will be equal to ML8 T to the power minus 2. Correct? So, our correct answer to this particular question is option number 1. Verifying this from the answer slide as well. So, option number 1 is the correct answer. Now, question number 45 says, in a new system of units called as Akash unit, unit of mass is taken as 10 kg, unit of length is taken as 1 kilometer and unit of time is 1 minute. The value of 1 joule in Akash unit system is. So, joule is usually the unit of energy and the dimension of energy is given by ML2 T minus 2, and we know for unit conversion based on dimensional analysis N1 U1 is equal to N2 U2. So, from here N2 will be equal to N1 into M1 over M2 to the power 1 based on this dimension, because it is 1 joule it is asking for, L1 over L2 to the power 2, T1 over T2 to the power minus 2. Okay. Now, according to the question, N1 is 1, M1 is 1 kg, M2 is 10 kg whole to the power 1, L1 is 1 meter, L2 is 10 to the power 3 meter whole to the power square, T1 is 1 second, T2 is 60 second whole to the power minus 2. So, if we solve this, N2 would come out to be 3.6 into 10 to the power minus 4 unit. So the value of 1 joule in Akash unit system is 3.6 into 10 to the power minus 4 Akash unit. Okay. So according to our answer slide, option number 3 is the correct answer.